Hi guys, welcome back. So the products that I have on my face right now are the products that I would have called my holy grails back in the day. We're talking 2012-ish. Some like really old school products that I used to absolutely love. I've kind of replicated the makeup that I used to love. I used to wear like black smoky eyes. Whenever we would go out, I would always wear black smoky eye, and I never reach for my black eyeshadows anymore, like ever. Gone for the classic black smoky eye, concealer lips, the whole shebang of all the products that I used to love when I was younger, and I really enjoyed doing this. It was very nostalgic, lots of nostalgic smells and formulas and products, which remind me of like a weird time. Your teenage years are weird, especially like parties when you're like 15. They're like really weird occasions, and this just takes me back to like those days, and it's quite funny to be honest. But I created this look for you. I hope you guys find it interesting / enjoyable in some way. I really enjoyed it. So if you'd like to see my holy grail products from my youth, then keep on watching. Okay, so I have a pile of products here that I used to love. We're gonna put them on my face. Lots of them I haven't used in years, and lots of them I still use. So let's get cracking. So I'm gonna go straight to foundation, and I used to love the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Stay Fresh Makeup Fight Makeup Meltdown in the shade, I believe I used the shade, here we go, 140 Beige. Golden beige. I think this is the shade that I used. I'm not 100% sure, but this is the shade I'm using today. This is like quite full coverage. It smells nostalgic. Okay, the colour is a bit yellow, but it's okay, we can make it work. It smells like moisturiser to me. This is definitely Emma circa 2012. I loved my full coverage a lot. I basically didn't like my skin to look like skin. I liked it to just look completely flawless. It's cool. Yeah, the colour's a bit off. Look how red the inside of my ear is. Right, for brows I used to use this. I don't know if you guys remember this. This is my HD Brows brow palette. I used to mix these two shades together. So I still use the same little brush, my MAC 266. And I used to start with the shade Ash Blonde and then move on to dark brown. So let's see how this is. This was in the day where I used to, do you guys remember I used to use like 3 different colours on my brows. I used to use a blonde in the front and then work it to a medium and then dark brown. See, I do still like this. It's just a bit too powdery and a bit too pigmented in my opinion for brows. Like, it's very easy to go a little bit too overboard with these products because they're so crumbly and pigmented. Sorry, I just had to run downstairs to tell my dad something, now I'm out of breath. I actually really like how my brows look today. The brow gel that I used to swear by was the Benefit Gimme Brow back in the old packaging. I actually preferred the old packaging. I thought it was cuter. This is a bit like bulkier. I don't know, I actually like the old packaging more, I think. But hey ho. I still love the Gimme Brow. I think there are other things that are just as good and less expensive, but it's a pretty good product. I used to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion, but I'm not going to repurchase that because I never use primer. But I'm going to use a bit of my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm just going to pop this over my lid, and I'm just going to set my lids with my Stay Matte from Rimmel, just over the crease. I didn't know which eyeshadows to go for, because when I first started makeup, I went straight into MAC because I was obsessed with Juicy Star 07 and she collected MAC eyeshadows. But I feel like most of this video will end up being MAC because I loved MAC so much when I first started. So I'm gonna use a drugstore. And this is the Sleek Au Natural palette 601, and you can see this is old and loved because it's just completely falling apart. I used to love this palette, and if you look at this, this does not look like a me palette at all. There's one warm toned colour in there, and the rest are just like cool kind of muddy tones. But this is what I'm going to use, and I'm going to do my makeup how I used to do it back in the day. So let's start with this shade here. They don't have names, I don't think, but it's this like peach colour. We're gonna make this work. So I'm gonna take that shade and I'm just gonna begin by warming up my brow. because this is going to be a very cool toned look as we've established from the shade range, so I need some warmth in my crease. I'm going to take this plum colour here, and this I'm going to start buffing into the crease. I'm going to be doing a classic smoky eye. I used to always wear black smoky eyes on nights out. When I say nights out, when I started YouTube I was like 15, so house parties and stuff like that, I used to just like wear so much black eyeshadow. This will be like a nod to the me that used to use these products. These shadows are nice. Obviously I've tried better things since, but like they are good, especially if you're just starting out. These palettes are really nice for like, you know, lots of different colours to kind of play with. They are more expensive now. They have raised their prices, I'm pretty sure, since when I used to buy them, because Sleek realised, or people realised how good Sleek was. I'm now going to go in with this dark brown, which is like the second darkest shade in the palette, obviously bar the black. And this is going even tighter into the crease. Oh my god, I would have loved this. To be fair, it's still like pretty and I would still wear this look. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with the black. Probably should have used an eyeshadow base there, but I would have used Smolder, I think, probably from MAC. I don't know if I still have that. I think I probably do. Then go back in. I wouldn't cover your entire lid with the black. Leave the kind of outer edge with a bit of space, so there's room for it to blend, because otherwise it will just be like a black mess. Just blending it nice and soft. I also used to do it quite rounded. I didn't really wing it out all that much back then. Oh my god, no. Do you know what I used to love? These. Oh my god, I just found these. These are the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencils in the shade Lust and Covet. Covet was my absolute favourite. Oh my god, I might have to put Covet in my waterline. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna finish my skin and then I'll come back to the eye. So my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer was literally the shit when I was younger. I loved this stuff. I'm using the shade NC20. I feel like this foundation has like set. Yo, I've taken off half of my foundation. I'm just gonna reapply it now because it kind of set and I want to give it like a fair chance. I forgot how quickly it set and I don't like to blend concealer into something that's like dry, like a matte finish, you know what I mean? Also there was fall down, so I want to at least give myself a fair chance. But I do quite like this foundation. I know I remember it lasts all day, so if you're on the market for something drugstore that has really good staying power, it's good. Now onto the Pro Longwear. Again, this used to last all night. This is the look I used to wear if we were going out. It would be like discos and stuff, wouldn't it? I don't know. House parties. Would have been a house party. Discos. See, I'm using really like long wearing products because back then it was like I'd go out and I'd get like really drunk on like sours and stuff. Like I'd get my mum to buy me a bottle of sours and I'd go out and get like smashed on sours. Good times. And you'd want to like wake up and you'd want your makeup to still look good. And I was like convinced that I had oily skin and I didn't. I've always had normal to combination skin, but I would wear like super matte foundation and like super like long wearing products and I used to like love it when I didn't need it and I probably wasn't doing my skin any favours. And I had really good skin, but I would just crack out all these full coverage foundations. Now, my two favourite powders used to be my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural and my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. So I'm gonna start with the Stay Matte and I'm gonna use this under my eyes because it's light. Well, it's translucent. It's not light in texture. I would wear so much of this, just pack it on. And then on the rest of my face, I'm gonna use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is in medium. No, it's not, it's in medium plus. Well, this isn't my colour. I think this is what I used to use. Obviously, this isn't the exact one because they changed the packaging. It used to be like clear. I preferred the old packaging if I'm honest, but whatever. It is still a nice powder. I do still use this. That's a little bit pink toned as well, so that's just kind of neutralised out my skin a little bit. Back to my eyes. I'm gonna rim my waterline with this Urban Decay liner in the shade Covet. I used to literally love this. Like, this probably should not be on my eyes right now. But I used to use this all the time. Oh my god, it's so weird. Right, so that's that. I'm now gonna blend that out. Still nice, like, pretty good. And these last really well. I don't know if these are still available. I doubt it. This is old. Like, this should not be on my waterline right now, so it's probably not still eye safe. Right, I'm gonna do a second coat, just in case there isn't enough bacteria on my eye. If there are suddenly no videos from me because I've caught like severe conjunctivitis, this is why. I'm gonna keep the waterline the blue, but then smoke the black in between, so it then smokes black back out into the blue, so like in the middle, just to darken this up a bit, because the blue on its own is a bit wishy-washy. Just a minute to appreciate how like closed up my eyes look right now. I'm gonna have to put some more colour in my brows because they're looking a bit sad. Add a little bit more definition. That's a bit better. Okay, what's next? Okay, for mascara, if you're like an OG follower, you'll remember this. This is the Bourjois Volume Clubbing Ultra Black Mascara. I used to use this back in the day. I always remember this was really hard to open. Lock this shit up, you know? Apparently it was that good. Now this is obviously a brand new one, and I normally hate mascaras when they're brand new, so I'll take this with a pinch of salt. Okay, I like this, but I know I'll like it more in a week when it's dried out a bit, because it's too wet. I remember this being nice and like clumpy and volumizing. At the moment it's a bit too separating, so you might like this if you don't like the clumpy look, but I personally like a lot of lashes. I'm gonna throw on some Ardell Demi Wispies, which are the ones that I used to always wear. I still do, and then I'll be right back. Okay, the eyes are nearly done, nearly done. As you can see, I really liked this shimmery shade. I think I used to use this as a highlight, but I'm gonna pop this in my inner corner just to brighten it up in there. And then I'm going to take this light kind of bone shade and really softly highlight that brow. I used to do like such a bright highlight under my brow. I never highlight my brow really. I had loads of other products that I wanted to use, like loads of other products. I might actually, I'll use this, screw it. Let's do a really bright inner corner. I used to love these. These are the Benefit Lust Dusters, and this is in the shade Snow Bunny. And I used to love this, so I'm gonna pop this in my inner corner as well. Bam! I could, no joke, do a part 2 of this video. There are so many products in front of me right now that I used to love. Okay, onto the skin. I had a few different bronzers that I used to love back in the day. So there was my Bourjois chocolate bronzer, my NARS Casino, and this is actually the original one that's like empty. This was like my favourite. And I also used to love my Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. I'm going to not use this one because it's really expensive and I've used quite a lot of pricey products in this video. So I'm going to start with my Bourjois, and I might contour with the this one. I am going to bronze up my skin. It's quite a buildable formula, this. It's quite nice. Did anyone else get this? This is really bad for getting like an oily film. Like, you have to scrape this off to get to the product. Did anyone else get this? I'm now going to contour with my NARS Casino, if I can get any out. I used to contour the absolute hell out of my face, like so badly with this. Like, not like badly as in I contoured badly, as in I would just contour really hard. Not as good as a nose contour. I didn't used to contour my nose, so I've learnt. Don't use Casino to contour your nose then. So this product here is an eyeshadow from Bourjois. I have no idea what it's called. I used to use this all the time to highlight. But I'm going to start with some blush, and then I might use that in a minute. So my favourite blush used to be Lady Blush. This pot is so old. Like, this is the old formulation before they changed it to Set Matte. So I used to, weirdly enough, I used to really like overly dewy cheeks even back in the day, like really glossy skin, but I wanted the center of my face to be like dead matte. So you'll see now, like I've put all of this work in, like over mattifying my face, like using a completely matte foundation, matte concealer, loads of powder, and now I'm about to put loads of glowy products on. This is what I used to do, this is my logic. But I guess my foundation always lasted all day, so there was a method to my madness. Okay, my favourite highlighters back in the day were these two. So Soft and Gentle from MAC, I'll start with, because I know what this one looks like. I don't know how that peach one's going to come out, so I'll start with this to be safe. And then I'm going to go in with this one. That's like super peachy. It's actually quite nice, it's like warmed it up a bit. I would then be absolutely obsessed with my Elizabeth Arden 8 Hour Cream. Oh my god, I used to use this on my cheekbones for every time I go to a party. So I would just take a little bit and literally pack it on top. So my cheekbones weren't only glittery as hell, they were literally wet looking. Like this looks nice for like a photo, or like kind of, I don't know, for like a more minimal makeup look, this looks really nice. But it just looked a little bit weird with like all this makeup and then like wet skin. But I did it. I went there. Okay, now I just need to find the lipstick. Finally, my absolute favourite product, my favourite lipstick was this. I don't know if you guys remember the Venomous Villains collection from MAC from years and years and years and years ago. This is Innocence Beware. And this is like such a nice nude, but it's really pale. That's Emma circa 2012. Alrighty guys, here's the finished look. I mean, my cheekbones are just, they are glowing. Hope you found this interesting. I do think it's pretty, like it's just a lot. Like it's not really my style anymore, but for what it is, it's quite a pretty look. I love that green eyeliner. I'll definitely be getting that out again because that's really pretty. Really happy I've rediscovered this mascara. I think I'll really like that again, and I'm glad I've got this back in my life. So you know, it wasn't all for nothing, and it's a fun look, and hopefully some of you guys would wear it anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you have the best day ever. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below letting me know your top 3 holy grail makeup products. I would love to know so I could try some of them out. Have the best day. All the products are linked down below as always, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!